Good evening, my dark minions. I'm Lady of Darkness. Today's tale comes from the Creepypasta wiki. Today, we have another deliciously dark tale from the talented Deschene called Lost Cell Phone. For anybody interested to listen to more of Deschene's work, a playlist of all of the stories I've narrated has been created. A link to them will be in the description box below. So please do, if you are interested, go give them a listen and feel free to have a look around within my dark universe for other stories from other amazingly talented authors I've also narrated. Without further ado, though, my dark minions, there's a story that I must get to. So come, my dark minions. Come a little closer, and we will begin. You never really know how much time you spend on your phone until you lose it. I must have reached into my pocket 20 times that day, thinking I'd find it, only to remember far too late that it was gone. Damn it, I would say every time. I was in the middle of making dinner to distract myself mostly, not because I was hungry, when a call came in on my home phone. A rush of excitement overtook me. Maybe someone's found it, I thought. I dried my hands as fast as I could and ran to the living room. Hello? I said eagerly into the receiver. Hi, said a sweet female voice on the other end. You don't know me, but I think I found your phone. I decided to call the number labeled home to see if I could get a hold of you. Did you lose it? Yes, I said excitedly. Yes, I did. And you're a lifesaver. The woman giggled. Well, glad I could be of service. Do you want me to mail it to you? I frowned. No, I'm afraid that's no good, I said. I really can't afford to be without it for as long as that would take. Could you maybe bring it over? Oh, said the woman. Well, I could sense the apprehension in her voice. To be honest, I didn't blame her. A young lady being asked to come by a strange man's house to return his cell phone? The whole thing kind of smacked of sketch. Or, I offered, I could come by your place and grab it. Sure, said the woman. I'll leave it in the mailbox. You can just walk up and grab it. Awesome, I said. She gave me her address and I wrote it down. We were just about to hang up when I decided to ask her name. Clarice, she said. Well, thanks, Clarice, I replied. I'm Josh. You don't know how much this helped me. I resumed making dinner, which took longer than I expected, eating included. It was about 9 p.m. by the time I got around to actually retrieving my phone. After looking up Clarice's address on Google, I hopped in the car and started driving. At one point, the directions I'd printed out instructed me to turn down this dark country road. Sitting at the mouth of it and peering in, I couldn't see a single street light. I have to admit, it was unsettling to say the least. But this was where Clarice said she lived, and she had my phone, so I really had no choice. I turned down the dark road and drove for what felt like hours, although in reality, it must have only been a few minutes. Still, in that time, things seemed to get more and more desolate. There were almost no houses, or at least none that I could see through the thick woods on either side of the road. Suddenly, I saw lights up ahead. A window. The light was on in the window of a tiny, run-down cabin. This must be where Clarice lives, I thought. Out in the middle of nowhere. Not creepy at all. I drove as close to the little cabin as my car would allow, then got out and slowly made my way to the front door. I didn't want to just take my phone and leave, so I knocked. Excitement rose within me as I prepared to see the face attached to that sweet voice. At last, the door opened, and there stood a lovely young woman with brown hair, blue eyes, and snow-white skin. "Can I help you?" she asked. It only took one blow to knock her out. I was surprised. They don't usually go down that easily. Working quickly, I hog-tied the girl and carried her to the trunk of my car. I stuffed her inside and checked to make sure she was still breathing. She was. I've gotten really good at not accidentally killing them. The buyers get testy in the worst way when the girls are dead on arrival. After slamming the hatch, I hopped into the front seat. Immediately, I began to laugh at myself. "Dumbass," I said, and hurriedly got out and ran back towards the house. I reached into the mailbox, quickly found my phone, and slipped it into my pocket. That was a week ago. Last night, a buyer calls and tells me he needs a fresh one. So today, I'm taking the subway to work. My stop arrives, and I get off, just like everyone else, acting casually. I pretend not to notice that my phone is still resting on my seat. Thank you for joining me this evening yet again, my dark minions. That one was rather a dark with a very dark twist of a tale. I think it's safe to say to be very cautious of lost cell phones and what lengths you are willing to go to be generous enough to return them to its owner. Before I go though, my dark minions, I would like to send out another special appreciation to all who support my budding channel. Your appreciation is truly appreciated. For any of you who would like to follow me on social media, I am both Lady of Darkness on YouTube and Facebook, and I will leave a link below in the description box. On there, you will get exclusive sneak peeks of upcoming stories that I will post on YouTube. But I'm afraid for now, my dark minions, it is time. Farewell for now this evening. Until next time, sweet dreams.